Boar's Head is bringing a slice of Japan to the deli. Introducing Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. Tender, slow-roasted chicken breast, coated in our signature teriyaki glaze, where ginger, garlic, and a hint of brown sugar meet for a flavor that's both sweet and savory. New Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. The bold flavor of Japan. Now at the deli. Only from Boar's Head. Compromise elsewhere.
Blog Talk Radio.
Well, good evening, folks, and thank you for tuning in with me once again to another edition of True Conservative Radio. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. It is episode number 165 for all the folks that are keeping up with the True Conservative Radio program, and we are broadcasting at our new time by popular demand from all the emails and tweets suggesting that I move back the typical starting time of the True Conservative Radio program because there was a lot of people wanting to participate in the live broadcast, and they figured that 12:30 a.m. Central Standard Time was just a little bit too late, especially for the folks on the East Coast. And I just decided to go ahead and try it. We're rolling the dice right here to see if 10:30 Central Standard Time is going to be the official new time of the True Conservative Radio program. I'm not too sure if people are expecting this time. Once again, this is one of those spontaneous programs. And if you want to be one of the folks, excuse me, sorry for being so damn tongue-tied there. If you want to be one of the first people to figure out when I'm going to conduct one of these live broadcasts, the best way to figure out is to follow me on Twitter, folks. You're going to be the first one to know if you follow me on Twitter when I'm going to conduct one of these live broadcasts. And the name to follow is Ghost Politics. All right? And send me some little tweets out there. You know, I know it sounds so damn fruity, for heaven's sake. Little tweet, how emasculating that little terminology is. But once again, folks, before we get started with the program, I already gave you the Twitter name. Also, send me some emails. I love reading insights from individuals who listen to the program. I love realizing that not only am I listened to by a variety of different American personalities, but I am actually listened to throughout the world. I've gotten emails from Scotland. I've gotten emails from Canada, even though I talk a lot of malarkey against those moose humpers in Canada. I've gotten, of course, the Iranians, the Iranian resistance who keep in correspondence with me. I mean, there are people throughout all over the world. And they weren't too particularly happy when I did this little rollback session with the True Conservative Radio time slot. So once again, all right, I'd like for everybody to please, if you can, email me with your comments, your questions, or anything that you want to suggest at ghostpolitics@yahoo.com. That's the official email of yours truly, ghostpolitics, all one word, no underscores, @yahoo.com. And before we get into the broadcast, folks, please, if you could, right now, you're on your computers, go on your little Twitter accounts, your little Facebook accounts, MySpace accounts, email accounts, Instant Messenger accounts. Get on all of them and tell them that you are listening live right now to the True Conservative Radio program, because we're going to talk about some serious issues that's going to slap people right back in the face with reality, because that's exactly what America needs today. Anyway, folks, I know it's been some time since I conducted a live broadcast here on the Blog Talk Radio Network, and a whole variety of different things have happened. I know that we had the unfortunate situation in Chile, South America. They had that unfortunate earthquake natural disaster. And unfortunately, there's really nothing much you can say about that sort of thing. Fortunately enough, Chile isn't Haiti, and Chile at least has some sort of resources amongst their own people in their own country to at least facilitate some sort of a recovery effort from within themselves. And once again, my heart and prayers go out to the folks out there in Chile and the folks out there in Taiwan and all the individuals that have been struck with these natural disasters. And I want everybody to realize, when you look at these natural disasters, when you watch them on the television set, when you see the destruction, the carnage of natural disaster, one needs to realize when they see that could be any one of us. That could be any one of us at any point in time. So as we sit here and bicker about our ridiculous, trivial, materialistic, vanity-filled problems that we all complain about, just remember that at any point in time, our lives can be sniped at any instant by a natural disaster, by, some of these disgusting losers that are out here, deciding to go nuts and, run planes into IRS buildings and shoot up people at workplaces and that sort of thing. So I don't want to spend too much time on the situation in Chile. I just want to say that I feel sorry for those folks. I got people in South America who listen to me on a consistent basis, individuals in Brazil, Ecuador, Honduras, Chile, and I don't know if they're listening in, but I want to say my sincerest condolences to all the folks that lost folks out there. Now that we're going to move on to something else that has been in the issue of the mainstream media as of late, and that's this horrific incident about this poor little girl that was jogging in a park area in California. And it's made all over the news. I mean, this poor little girl, I could name the names of all the little girls right now that have been taken from us because of these sick, demented child molestation bastards. But there's just too many of them, folks, and I just want everybody to know that yours truly has been here from day one trying to unearth some sort of, debate about what to do with individuals that are deemed child molesters. And unfortunately, they found this little girl dead, 11 years old, I believe, in some creek bed somewhere, in some shallow grave, because some disgusting piece of garbage that was already convicted of child molestation charges was let free after, a short stint in the penitentiary, probably protected from the mainstream population. I'll tell you that right now. And what I'm saying is why exactly are we even entertaining any kind of human dignity to child molesters, And I'll tell you why, folks. I'll tell you why. It's the liberals, all right? It's the liberals that are out here defending the rights of a child molester. I mean, they're pissed off right now as it is that there's a database showing all these people's identities that are child molesters. And if you don't know your state database, by God, you need to figure it out and go do a little zip code search check and figure out how many, Woody Allen butt-loving fruit bowls are out there wandering around your goddamn neighborhood, for heaven's sake. These damn Roman Polanski freak shows that are out here wandering the face of America because, we got to give them their rights, right? We got to give the child molesters their rights. Absolutely not, folks. Now, what's really unfortunate is that encapsulated with this child molester label is also the identity of what is deemed a sexual predator. All right? Now, sexual predators are anyone who does any kind of sexual crime, any kind of lewd act. Like some of these fruit bowls that got, caught toe tapping at some park bathroom, servicing some glory hole in some, shit stall somewhere, and they got caught. Individuals who try to rape other individuals of over the age of 18, that sort of thing. These people are encapsulated. All right? These people are encapsulated with the child molester, and I think that there needs to be a definition. There needs to be a definition of what exactly a child molester is and a sexual predator is, because I think there's a big distinction between those two labels. Child molesters are the sick, twisted perverts that are out here preying on those young people, both male and female, under the age of 18 for sexual gratification purposes. All right? It seems to me that 18 years old, and let me tell you, I don't know if you've seen commercials late night, but old Joey Francis or whatever that fruitball's name is that made those Girls Gone Wild videos. He's been able to tag plenty of 18-year-old tail out there. And, I don't know. I know that, unfortunately, he's taken some pictures of some bimbos that said they were 18 but weren't, and he's, faced the consequences with that. You could do some research about all the litigation that's happened with that, but not even this schmuck is out here saying, oh, yeah, I need to go and get a 13-year-old girl. But we've got people in this America, and not only do we have sick, demented predators that, like the individual who's allegedly guilty, or who allegedly perpetrated this crime in California, who found this poor little girl that was out there jogging and just, took her away and did God knows what, some disgusting, despicable, foul things, and left her for dead. What I'm saying is, folks, is that if you are convicted, or if you have been proven beyond a reasonable doubt of being a child-molesting piece of trash, and this includes these Chris Hansen to catch a predator ass clowns that are out here always saying, oh, I was just coming here to talk. Oh, I was just coming over here to show her that it was wrong. I'm talking about anybody who preys upon any young child for sexual deviant purposes. I think that there should be a no-pass go. Don't collect $200. You're either put in jail for the rest of your life in mainstream population, all right? The mainstream population. And, you want to know why the mainstream population of prisons do not like child molesters? Because what's the damn statistic? 85% of these prison inmates currently in high facility, or what do we call it, high crime facilities, they've been molested themselves. These criminals who have been put in jail for murders and, disgusting, despicable robberies, these individuals have been molested themselves. That's why they don't like these disgusting, despicable pedophiles. And that's why they don't ever, and I'm talking about these damn pedophiles that get convicted, I'm talking about these damn sick perverts that get convicted, they never want to be put out there in the mainstream population because they know. They know what's going on. So what I'm saying is we need to start differentiating between, individuals who, I don't know, you took some bimbo out on a date and, she decided to go to your room with you and, I don't know, rub on your pants or something and, you're into it and all of a sudden right before penetration she says, I don't want to do it no more. And you still do it and, you get convicted of rape. That's a different kind of crime. Do you understand? These date rapers and, these other people, I mean, these are just completely different types of crimes from child molestation. People who, believe it or not, taking a piss in public. If you happen to be one of these individuals with an enlarged prostate out here who has to take a piss every, 15 minutes, occasionally you're going to find yourself without a urinal within any kind of vicinity. So, what are you going to have to do? You're going to have to go behind a goddamn tree, or you're going to have to go down behind a dumpster somewhere to, relieve yourself. If not, you're going to hurt yourself medically. Well, even if you're caught out here taking a damn public piss, that is within the confines of charging you with a sexual crime. So because you decided to go out there and, relieve yourself because of your enlarged prostate for whatever medical reason, or there wasn't a urinal around, you could be charged with the same crime as a damn Roman Polanski rapist pedophile. You can be charged with the same crime, and you can be put in the same category, in the same database. These individuals that are out here encapsulated with the same group of people as child molesters, there needs to be a different view on what is deemed a serious sexual predator. And I'm saying this, folks, what we need to realize is that these child molesters don't deserve any kind of rehabilitation. All right? They don't deserve any kind of rehabilitation. It doesn't sound like we need to go ahead and somehow put these people in some sort of a program, and that these child molesters are going to just somehow get rid of these urges, you know? I think that if you were an individual who preys upon young children for sexual gratification, I think that you need to be executed in the worst possible fashion, and it needs to be public. I would be more than happy to put this on pay-per-view or force individuals that, contemplated entertaining this idea of child molestation. We force these people to watch it. Do you understand that what we need to do is we need to show this child molestation urge that seems to be going along in a lot of people? I mean, just look at the Chris Hansen To Catch a Predator series that Dateline NBC put out, for heaven's sake. And if you haven't watched that, go to your nearest video portal site, look it up for yourself. You'll be completely disgusted. And yet these are everyday individuals. There is no longer a typical visual stereotype for a child molester in America today. It could be anybody. It could be doctors. It could be lawyers. It could be Homeland Security people. It could be losers. It could be anybody, because this sexual deviant urge of wanting to prey upon young people of their innocence seems to be spreading around like wildfire. Now let's talk a little bit about why. Why is America becoming such a sexually deviant land of perverts and freak shows and all this other nonsense? Well, I'm going to tell you why, folks. Pornography. Now, I'm not against pornography, folks, because, to each their own, all right? I mean, if you want to sit there and, watch this deviant material and wax your carrot all day, as long as you're maintaining your responsibilities of sustenance, as long as you're paying your taxes and not being a criminal, I don't care what you do. But, folks, what's happening here with this pornographic industry and its influence on our social conscience is completely unbelievable. Now, let me explain about pornography in today's modern world. It's no longer, oh my God, look, it's the plumber coming in, and the old John Holmes flicks that were put about in the 70s, where they actually had some sort of makeshift sorry ass storyline to some extent. Now, what we're witnessing in the pornographic world, and for you folks that aren't familiar with this and don't really want to hear it, I strongly advise you to cover your ears, look the other way, take your children out of the room. But they are intermixing this pornographic material with reality. With reality. I mean, do you understand that men in today's America actually believe that these women, these disgusting, despicable sluts who demean themselves on camera for money and who sexually exploit themselves, they actually believe that every woman in America wants to be treated in this profane fashion. Yeah, we've actually got males out here that actually believe that, these pornographers that make this, realistic porn, and what I mean by realistic porn, I mean, let me just give you a few examples. You've got one idiot, and I'm not going to name the name of the website, but actually pretends, according to the pornography, the way it's portrayed to the individual watching this piece of pornography, there's an individual who actually puts on a cap, supposedly, or glasses with a camera on it, and lo and behold, he's going out there pretending like he's going a stroll out in the street, walk on the town, and consequently, he finds some slutty bimbo just, standing around, and, he approaches her, and believe it or not, actually, converses with her in some makeshift, ridiculous, ad-lib conversation. And then he actually solicits her for a sexual act for money. As if, this was some random act, as if this individual just decided, hey, look at this, I'm going to take my little sunglasses camera, I'm going to go walking around the town, and I'm going to just, see some slut, and then proposition her for some sort of sexual act for money. All right? But what these idiots don't understand is that that is not a real situation, you assholes. All right? Pornography is not real. And the reason it's not real is because we have real strict laws against pornography. I mean, pornography makers just can't go up to anybody and say, hey, here's some money, suck on my schlong head. That's not what they do. I mean, you have to keep records. You have to make sure that you have these people's Social Security numbers and their IDs to make sure they're not underage and being exploited in some ridiculous, grotesque child molestation fashion. So what my point is, folks, is that there's all these idiots, and because of the Internet, I mean, you can just get pornography. You can get pornography at will. You can get pornography at will. You can just go in and get the most sickest, demented, disgusting, pathetic pornography on the face of the planet. I mean, I don't understand why individuals on the Internet, as opposed to going out and enlightening themselves, as opposed to going out and, giving themselves a bigger knowledge base, they're going out here looking at pornography. And they're looking at the most sickest, demented type of pornography. There's another pornographer who takes women and completely violates them, demeans them, slaps them, orally copulates them and chokes them, demeans them verbally in just the most grotesque, disgusting fashion. And, of course, the woman in this, film is pretending as if she likes it because she's getting paid for it. And you see, the individual watching this pornographic scene of this woman, getting, slapped around and, damn near raped, but of course it's not rape because she's getting paid and, she's getting the money. But the individual watching is actually going to believe that this is what women want. They're actually believing out here that this is what women want. Women actually want to be choked, while they're getting the high hard one. They want to be slapped around. They want to be choked out. I mean, it's disgusting, folks. And you see, the more and more you become anesthetized with this pornography, and let me tell you, there is some disgusting, despicable crap out here on the Internet, folks, that once you see it, you're never going to unsee it. I mean, once you see some of the graphic material that's out here on the Internet, there's no way you can erase that from your consciousness. So just imagine if you were a child, or if you were one of these jerk-offs that never really, was able to make yourself socially viable for these women to just give you a second look, and all you've got is this pornographic fervor to go on. I mean, it's no wonder why our damn society is so perverted, is so sick. I mean, it's disgusting here. It is utterly disgusting. I mean, this is why we have, regular, everyday individuals going and being subjects to Chris Hansen's To Catch a Predator. I mean, teachers, Homeland Security people, doctors. I mean, individuals that we're supposed to respect in our society. They were caught in this sting of child molestation or attempt at child molestation. And the reason that we're getting to this stage in human depravity is because of all the visual images that these sick perverts are seeking out on the Internet. And you see, we have no type of authority looking after the pornographic industry other than the fact that they better make sure that they're not exploiting children. But they're not putting any kind of warnings on these pornographic movies saying, hey, wait, these are paid actors, you stupid, dumb, hard-legged asshole, all right? The broads that are getting slapped around, the broads that are getting damn near raped, the broads that are, just getting completely violated are being paid to do so. All right? Women don't like this kind of garbage. And you see, what's unfortunate is that women participate in the watching of this sick pornographic material, especially these young females. And not only do they have to be bombarded with this, but they're bombarded with our Hollywood propaganda that's fed to us on a consistent basis. That they need to be skinny, that they need to look this way, that they need to buy these clothes, that they need to buy these purses. They need to do this and they need to do that. And some of these little girls are getting susceptible into believing that they need to demify themselves for the sake of what? Sustenance? For the sake of what? Getting material? For the sake of what? Getting money? And look, you've got people in the chat room saying, oh, that's a good thing. Oh, I love pornography. I love demeaning women. Look at this. This is what I'm saying here, folks. But yet I'm the sexist, right? I'm the misogynist because I think feminists are the ones that perpetuated all this crap. That it was the feminist movement that equated this, violation of women, on film for the sake of getting paid. They equate that with women liberation. They equate, all this disgusting activity that's happening in America, the destruction of the family, the destruction of our children. It's disgusting. It's really disgusting, folks. And let me tell you, I'm not really too sure if I'm going to, keep this show at 10:30 or not, because I'm looking at the chat room right now. It seems to me that I got the sexual perverts that seem to be, going online about this time, looking for some Roman Polanski specials so they can rub one out on, and lo and behold, they come across the True Conservative radio program, and they're actually taken up for child pornography and, all this sick, demented crap that we're speaking about this evening, folks. I mean, these are the type of idiots that are right now. Look at these people. I mean, they're actually taken up for squirrel fisting and, all this other disgusting garbage. And you want to know why America has turned this way? Do you want to know why the world has turned in such a disgusting fashion? Because of this acceptance, our social acceptance to all this behavior. And because we've socially accepted all this dumbass, ridiculous, pathetic behavior, now we're seeing the recourse of that. We're seeing the human conscience turn more of an animal, turn into a more of a disgusting, drooling, whacking off 24 hours a day chimp or a monkey. That's exactly what the atheists want. That's exactly what the evolutionists want. They don't want you to be conscious. Let me tell you something. Nobody in this world understands what's going on here. And if you do understand what's going on, believe me, you're keeping yourself quiet because you don't want to, unearth the actual reality that's here right before our very eyes. Anyway, I'm going off on a rant here, but the bottom line is, folks, is that these child molesters, these ass clowns that are out here molesting our children, these assholes that are killing our children, that are using the fact that these bimbos, that, these feminist slut bags that equate shitting out 5 or 6 kids from 5 or 6 different fathers is woman liberation. And, when they have these 5 or 6 kids, of course they don't take care of them. They let them take care of themselves. And, once they take care of themselves, they're at the whim of all these disgusting, despicable predators that want to take away their damn innocence, for heaven's sake. And I don't understand it. I do not understand it, and, we have a lot of sick perverts here in the chat room that think pornography and squirrel fisting and dog farting fetishes and all this disgusting, despicable nonsense is great. I mean, look at them. I mean, they're getting off on it, for heaven's sake. I mean, they wish they could lick the anal cheese out of Elizabeth Taylor's asshole. They're disgusting. I mean, they're just despicable. I mean, look at these people. Look at them. They're taken up for disgusting pornography. They're taken up for these disgusting, despicable sexual deviants, for heaven's sake. Unreal. 646-652-4869 is the number to call here. The bottom line is, folks, is I think that these damn child molesters, they need to be executed. They need to be executed in the worst degree possible. And let me tell you, if our justice system, once again, folks, our justice system is only going to do as much as the majority votes in. And if the majority of the American people are a bunch of dumbfounded losers that, if you combine most of these people within their family, they might have enough intelligence to tie their shoe. But inevitably, folks, a lot of these people are just complete morons. They've allowed this to happen. They've allowed these liberals to take over the bureaucratic system of government. They've allowed the liberals to take over the damn education system. And lo and behold, we're seeing the recourse of their social engineering. We are seeing the recourse of everything. So if you are a child molester, if you're thinking about molesting children, by God, you should be executed. No questions asked. You should die. As a matter of fact, you know, when you look at all these assholes that are flipping out, you know, like, you know, the bra that shot somebody in Alabama, or excuse me, shot up a whole bunch of people at the University of Alabama. You look at Joe Stack, who, you know, took the plane and, you know, rammed it into a building and all this crap. I mean, if y'all idiots are going to do that type of crazy garbage, if you morons are going to go out and, you know, want to do some spectacular nonsense that's going to shock everybody, why don't you go out there and do something for the right reasons, huh? I mean, you know, why don't you do something for the right reasons? Like, you know, get these damn child molesters, find out who they are, and get them off the street. You know, I mean, obviously, individuals who want to kill themselves and kill other people and show the world something, the reason they're doing this is because they're empty inside, all right? They're empty inside. They just don't, you know, they don't care. You know, they don't care about themselves. They don't care about their lives. So instead of acting negatively, because it's real easy to act negative, folks. It's the most easiest thing to do in the world, is to act negative, is to act, you know, like, you know, a despicable, disgusting jerk-ass, to be vile, to be disgusting. You know, it's real easy to do that. It takes one with a lot more integrity, with a lot more consciousness, to do the right thing. Always remember that, folks. It takes somebody with bigger balls to do the right thing than it does for some stupid jerk-off to do, oh, I'm going to do this because who cares, and I'm going to do the negative thing, and I'm going to go out and do this, and I mean, it's crap. So you damn child molesters should be executed, and if our justice system isn't going to execute these bastards, well then, you know, for a lack of a better term, the United States citizen, the taxpayer, the individuals that are still bankrolling this disgusting, despicable, entitlement-ridden experiment that we currently find ourselves in, we got to start holding people accountable. The taxpayers of America need to start holding these individuals accountable so they don't think that they can just run around America like it's no big deal, that they can just go ahead and rob a child of their innocence and walk the face of the planet without no repercussions. I mean, it's bad enough that we sentence these molesters to prison and then we segregate them from the mainstream population of the prison so they don't get hurt. Oh, they're going to get hurt. Are you kidding me? If our justice system is not going to hold these disgusting, despicable child molesters accountable, then we need to do it. We need to do it. Until the justice system realizes that, hey, wait a minute, maybe we're being a little bit lenient on these child molesters because it's motivating individuals to inflict damage upon them. And remember, folks, we need to urge our politicians, these scumbags that are in office, we need to have them understand that there's a difference between child molesters and sexual predators. And there needs to be that distinction. Child molesters deserve to die. Sexual predators deserve to go to prison. All right, that's a difference. All right, that's an absolute difference. Child molesters deserve to die, and sexual predators deserve to go to prison. And it's as simple as that, folks. I don't understand what's so hard about it for everybody. You know, everybody wants to give these assholes so much rights. You know, what about the child's rights? Stupid jerk nuts. Anyway, 646-652-4869. Let's go ahead and move on to the next subject matter. I want to talk about how the Senate rejected this little $250 payment for Social Security, or seniors who collect Social Security. They rejected, you know, a $250 check to send to these schmucks, and now everybody's all pissed off about it, you know. Now you've got the seniors and everybody saying, oh, you should have given me that check for $250, and now that you didn't give me the check for $250, you're unpatriotic. In my opinion, folks, I don't understand why we're even funding any of this crap, all right? I don't understand why we're still giving out Social Security. I don't understand why we're even got Medicaid, Medicare. I don't even understand why we're, you know, giving out entitlements to the poor and to single whore mothers. I don't understand why we're giving tax money to Wall Street and bankers. I don't understand why this is going on around us, and yet no one seems to be talking about the realism of the subject matter. Everybody in this loser America that we're living in today is more worried about their own socialist paycheck, all right, their own socialist paycheck, than they are worried about the betterment of this country. You know, people are talking about veterans. I'm not talking about veterans, all right? Veterans served their country, and they deserve the benefits accordingly. I'm not talking about veterans. That's a completely different story. I'm talking about these disgusting, despicable drains on our economy. All right, I'm talking about, you know, old people that are out here using Social Security to pay for their damn Cadillac. All right, I'm talking about these damn assholes that are, you know, draining Medicaid and Medicare because they want Viagra. Do you understand what I'm saying? I want this crap to end. I'm sick and tired of seeing individuals who are living off our government. You know, they had that asshole out of Kentucky, last week, who tried to have a lone filibuster against, you know, extending the unemployment benefits. They wanted to extend, and of course it passed because, oh, look, we got to help the people that are out there just sitting on their fat asses, not doing a goddamn thing. Let's just go ahead and give them some more unemployment. Let me tell you, I'm not trying to say that there's individuals who don't need unemployment. But the bottom line is, folks, is that I can personally attest to individuals that are mooching this system because they realize that, oh, well, I have kids, and I used to make $20 an hour. I used to make $20 an hour, and now there's no jobs that pay $20 an hour. So now that there's no jobs paying $20 an hour, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to collect unemployment, and I'm going to collect all the damn government entitlements and all this other crap. Give me a break. I spit on you assholes that are out here saying, oh, I got to collect unemployment for a year. Unemployment for a year, for heaven's sake. Look, why don't you just suck it up, you assholes, all right? Suck it up. You got to go out and you got to work, all right? If you got a family, you got to go out there and work, okay? Sorry that, unfortunately, you dropped your eye on the ball and you didn't, participate in this government, in this economic system, or in this social system properly, and now you're reaping what you're sowing because you're, for a lack of a better term, you're shit out of luck. All right, you've got kids you can't pay for. You got your house taken away from you because, well, I don't know why the hell you put yourself in a predicament like that, but that's your problem. And now that everyone out here has screwed up their lives, it's affecting individuals who didn't screw up their lives. You know, it's affecting the individuals who actually did something for themselves. And I resent that. You understand? I really resent the fact that my life, my children's life, my grandchildren's life is going to be affected because these morons in America weren't fiscally responsible. And you see, we keep spending government money. That's what's really disgusting. You want to know what really pisses me off is that you assholes that are collecting all these government entitlements, all right? All you idiots that are collecting these government entitlements, you think that this money is just going to keep coming along like it's no big deal. You think that there is no recourse of all this spending. You understand that you are blowing money that your children are going to have to pay for here in about 10 or 15 years with 75% tax rates. You know, you idiots and you disgusting old people. Let me tell you, I'm an old person myself, folks, all right? But you see, I understood that, we were going, in America, this was a free market capitalist society at one point. And you get what you put in. And if you save your money and you diversify your investments and you go out there and continue to play the monopoly game of economic life, then you should be, generously prosperous. But everybody decided that, I'm just going to go ahead and, live large now and pay for it later. And now that they can't keep paying for it, they got their crap taken away from them, and now, we got to change the game to socialism now. We got to change the game. It's crap, folks. I'm telling you right now. I don't give a crap about these, senators that rejected this $250 for these seniors. As a matter of fact, I think that they need to cut Social Security out altogether because these young people, everybody who's under the age of 40 years old in America today, are never going to see are never, ever going to see Social Security in their lives, all right? They're never going to be Social Security in their lives. They're never going to see it. And yet, you old people want these young people to pay Social Security. You want them to pay Social Security, for heaven's sake. It's crap. And all they're doing is what's unfortunate about these young people is now they put themselves in debt because of education, you know. Oh, you got to go to college, little boy. You got to go to college, little girl. Go to college. Yeah, okay, they went to college. They listened to you. You put them in student loans, $150,000, $200,000, and they're never going to be able to pay that back in their life because they're never going to have economic opportunity to do so. And now these young people are burdened with these student loans that they are financially obligated for life. And if they don't pay them, they can go to jail. They can go to jail. So what are they doing? They're saying, oh, well, you still got to go to work. Even though you got an education in hopes of getting a good job, those good jobs are all gone to India and China now. So now that you're here, you still got to pay back your student loan. So go out to Starbucks, go out to, Walmart, go out to, McDonald's, and go out there and pay back your crap for the rest of your life. Because you know what? That's what your parents told you to do. Oh, yeah, and on top of which, you need to pay for your parents' Social Security that you're never going to have, too. There you go. There you go, American youth. That's for you. All right? That's for you, American youth. Your parents sold you out, folks. And let me tell you, for the young people, and I get inspired every time I receive tweets, emails, comments from young people. I know that there are young people that are in middle school right now that are listening to this program and learn a lot from this program because they're starting to realize, all right? They're starting to realize that they are not going to be able to have the opportunities that was accorded to their parents. They're not going to be able to have the economic opportunities. They're not going to have the great life because their parents, their stupid-ass baby boomer parents, ruined it all for them so that they could live large, so that they can live large. That's right. Your parents, the reason that they're out there living large is on your dime, you morons. And you idiots, when it's all said and done, you people are going to have to pay 75% tax rates because your parents wanted it all and they wanted it now. Yeah? Welcome to America. 646-652-4869. Once again, folks, the Senate rejected this little $250 checks for seniors out here for whatever reason. With all due respect, life isn't guaranteed for everybody, all right? I don't understand why we got to, pussy pamper senior citizens, all right? I'm an old prick myself, all right? I know that I'm going to get older, but I've got children, all right? I've got people who give a crap about me, who love me, all right? Who are going to go out there and going to take care of me when I'm needed. If you were a scumbag your whole life, and nobody wants to take care of you, and you're alone, and you're sitting out there, and you have to collect Social Security and Medicaid and mooch the system to continue to stay alive, well, maybe you need to go back to work, Maybe you need to be a Walmart greeter of some sort, Maybe you need to do something instead of mooching your children because you left them no kind of opportunity whatsoever. You left them no kind of economic opportunity. You left them a government that's socialistic. You left them stupid. You gave them an education system that turned them into a bunch of emotionally ridden, unconscious, atheistic pieces of evolution-believing, chimp-deriving from garbage. And it makes me angry that you morons can sit here and have a perfectly clear conscience. You old baby boomer assholes can have a perfectly clear conscience when you sell out your children, and your children are just, I just can't believe you people can go on through your lives. I have no sympathy for the baby boomers. I spit on you assholes. Tuh! All right? You were brats then, and you're brats now. 646-652-4869. I'm going to take a few callers here, see what's going on. 908 area code, you're on the air.
Hey, what's up, bud?
What's going on?
Hey, chilling, man, I just wanted to know, how much would it take for you to get down on knee and suck my fucking dick, you fucking faggot?
That's all you got?
Yeah, and then fat nigger, you're a fucking Jew. You know the whole routine. And you can suck my fucking big fucking dick. Fat nigger, fat nigger, fat nigger, fat nigger, fat nigger, fat nigger, fat nigger.
Everybody hear this? Everybody hear this right here? This is the American youth right here. I'm sitting here taking up for this moron and his generation, and what is he doing? This is what he's doing right here. You know, racial slurs, you know, and they think they're anonymous too, you know. That's the thing. They actually think that they're anonymous callers or something. Do you understand? This is why our youth is corrupted, folks. They're stupid. They're dumb. I'm telling them right now that their lives are going to be filled with nothing but serfdom and disgrace, and it's just going to be horrible for these young people. I mean, I'm going to be dead and gone. But these young people are going to have to survive and keep living on in this disgusting, despicable country. This socialistic, disgusting, despicable country, for heaven's sake, that has turned socialistic. And the people have become just dumb. They're just dumb imbeciles. I can't believe it. I can't believe this is America. And speaking of dumb idiots, all right, speaking of dumb, despicable, chaw-chewing, favorite color zero, favorite color clear, favorite number zero, dumb asses. Classic dumbasses. You got this idiot Sarah Palin, all right? This idiot, dumb, Alaskan bimbo Sarah Palin out here actually shopping around a reality show. Aw, isn't that conservative, huh? Isn't that great? I mean, isn't this woman great at exploiting everything that comes her way? I'm going to exploit my family. I'm going to exploit my daughter. I'm going to exploit my retarded kid. I'm going to exploit everybody so I can get paid $150,000 a speaking engagement so I can read off my hand. Ah, give me a break, Sarah Palin. And, you know, that's why I'm a little disgusted sometimes to call myself a conservative now, because these individuals, all right, these individuals actually believe, and I'm talking about these conservatives, these so-called conservatives and these so-called teabaggers out here, they actually believe that Sarah Palin is somehow going to come in and just sweep the nation and going to take us out of recession, and she's going to come in and she's going to stop the liberal regime. Shut up! Shut your mouth. I'm sick and tired of these right-wing individuals because of the lack of original personality, because of the lack of actual idealism being fluctuated on the right. They got to fall hook, line, and sinker with this stupid Eskimo bimbo, Sarah Palin, just because, oh, she's electable, or oh, she's hot. She is the dumbest imbecile I've ever seen representing the conservative movement, and I'm disgusted, frankly. I'm disgusted with all the right wing in the political spectrum in America. I'm disgusted with them all. I mean, you've got CPAC being bombarded by libertarians, and if you folks that haven't read my blog, I strongly advise you to read it at ghostpolitics.blogspot.com. All right, I talk about how libertarianism is after the same thing as liberalism. But we got CPAC being bombarded by libertarians, and we've got these teabaggers and these so-called rogue elements of the right-wing party or the right-wing spectrum of America voting or wanting to vie for Sarah Palin as if Sarah Palin is the second coming for the conservative movement, as if Sarah Palin's going to come in and change the country. I can't believe this crap. But she's shopping around for a reality show, folks, huh? Isn't that great? Doesn't that make you conservatives out there feel great? I mean, you have to think about what Sarah Palin did. And this is why I do not like Sarah Palin, folks. I don't like her. She's a disgusting, despicable piece of trash. And I'm a conservative, folks. I'm a true conservative. All right? This stupid bitch actually has turned everyday American Republicans and right-wing conservatives into semi-pussy-whipped liberals. And let me explain why. Because during the last GOP convention, during the presidential elections of Obama and McCain, during the GOP convention, you actually had assholes that would otherwise have discredited this notion several years before this event. But you actually had assholes trying to defend teenage pregnancy. As a matter of fact, they're still trying to defend teenage pregnancy. Because of why? Sarah Palin. Oh, it's okay, Sarah Palin. It's going to be okay, Ghost. All families are going through this. All families have teenagers who shit out children. You know, I mean, why are you getting mad at Sarah Palin? She's a great conservative, Ghost. She's a great conservative. Are you kidding me? She's a disgusting piece of trash. And I can't believe that the conservative movement is actually entertaining this bimbo for any type of legitimate office. And she's a disgrace. You know, if she had any kind of couth to herself, if she had any kind of real legitimate credibility to her political standing in America, she would step her ass down and start getting her family life back in order. All right? Start getting her family life back in order instead of trying to be, you know, Miss Bimbo, a political pinup girl. Stupid Sarah Palin. I cannot. I'm sick. I am sick of Sarah Palin. I spit on Sarah Palin. Do you understand? Puh! I'm sick of them. Now, what do you think? You know, if you're a conservative, you're like, oh, I can't believe Sarah Palin. I can't believe you're talking about her that way, Ghost. You're supposed to be a conservative. You're goddamn right. I'm a true conservative. I'm a real conservative. I'm not one of these pussy-whipped idiots that are sitting here justifying teen pregnancy, justifying divorce, justifying all this ridiculous malarkey out here that now has to be justified if you have to be a backer of Sarah Palin. It's ridiculous. 646-652-4869 is the number to call here. We're going to take some more callers. And once again, folks, we may have some stupid prank callers from young people out here that think they're trying to win brownie points with some cyber poontang in some chat room, and who the hell knows, or some forum post or whatever the hell. You're going to have a lot more of these prank callers, but I want you people to realize that the reason they're prank calling is because I'm telling the truth. And they don't want to hear it, folks. Don't you understand? It takes a lot to do the right thing. It's real easy to do the wrong thing. Why do you think everybody in America is doing the wrong damn thing? Why do you think everybody in America is going out and, you know, living by the homage of if it feels good, do it? You know, they're neglecting their kids. You know, they're throwing them off on an illegal alien child care provider or in front of a boob tube or a violent video game. You know, and instead of actually understanding that when you have a child, you're supposed to raise that child, you're supposed to have a family unit to back up that child, you ungrateful assholes. But these parents don't do that anymore. They're single parents. They're trying to become cougars. You know, they're trying to become corporate moguls. You know, they're emotionally impulsive sexual deviants that don't care about their children. And that's why I'm trying to reach out to the youth of America, to the youth of the world. These adults don't, I mean, they've screwed up our country. They've screwed up the world. It's time for you to take your heads out of your asses and start realizing that this isn't some big freaking joke. This is serious. This is your future. You're the idiots that still have to live on this piece of crap when all of us are gone. It's time for you to start coming up with original ideas. It's time for you to start doing things of protest that are going to be valid and of some kind of substance. You need to start taking up for yourselves and start demanding what you want the future to be. I mean, what do you want the future to be? You want to be some socialist piece of crap? That's your problem. That's not me. I'm not going to sit here and go quietly in that good night while this country turns into some socialist crap hole. 646-652-4869. 309, you're on the air. Hey, 309, you there? Hey, area code 309, you're there? You're just going to sit there and play with the damn Peter Popper? Yeah, give me a break. How about 718, you're on the air?
Hey, Ghost, In West Neverland, born and raised, stuck in the playground since the rest of my days, chilling out Maxwell.
Like listen to this immigrant, folks.
Balls outside of the
listen to this immigrant, folks.
We're looking real good. Didn't check the fender registry in the neighborhood. I touched one little girl.
Here, let's put some music on for you there, son.
It's a pedo bass. I whistled for a band, and when it came near, the license plate said E-bomb said was a party in the rear. If a nigga said that ghost was a fag, give me your motherfucking back.
There you go, you immigrant. Come on, keep going, you immigrant. I can hear the damn immigrant in your voice. Say it, come on. Oh, you hung up. Why'd you hang up, you damn immigrant? We could hear the broken English in your damn voice there, 309. Come on. Where'd you go? What the hell? I mean, I had some background music and everything for you. Come on down there, 309. Come on. Hold on. Are you there? Hold on. 309. Did you call back?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me, Ghost?
Yeah. Is that you? Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with everything about unemployment and everything. But what I don't understand is your hatred of people for the fuck babies, Ghost. If you turned your music down, I'd have a conversation with you, you baby fucker. Ghost.
All right. All of a sudden, he went from broken English to sounding like he just popped out of the anal passage of Ricky Martin or Johnny Weir or something. Get the hell out of here, all right? Get the hell out of here. That's what I don't understand about these immigrants out here. I mean, you idiots shouldn't even have a voice, all right? I don't really care what you immigrants have to say. I'm not talking about Mexican Americans, because I'm down here in Texas, folks, and there's a lot of Mexican Americans that are third, fourth generation Texans out here who, don't even want to give the time of day to these damn immigrants because, frankly, they're invaders to our country. All right? These damn immigrants are invaders to our country. All right? So, inevitably, every time I hear some broken English asshole, I know it's some idiot immigrant, all right? Because, most Mexican Americans don't talk like that. All right? Most of Mexican Americans don't talk like this. Orale, yeah, we're kicking back, Holmes. I got a taco, and we're kicking back, Holmes, and I got my stimulus check, Holmes. Orale, I got my housing voucher program and all that stuff, Holmes. Orale. I got everything now, Holmes, because of you taxpayers, Holmes, and my ruca. My ruca has like 8 kids, and only one of them is mine, Holmes. Orale. What you got to say about that, eh? All right, shut it off. Shut it off. Anyway, I'm sorry, folks. I'm just disgusted whenever I hear some damn broken English immigrant, calling me up, acting as if they have some authority or some right to talk about American politics when you are an invader of my country. You're an invader of my country, you piece of garbage. So in my personal opinion, not only do I think that you should be, thrown in prison, I think the individuals who give you employment should be thrown in prison because y'all are traitors. All right, so all you damn illegal immigrants, don't call my damn show anymore. I don't care about you people, all right? You people have ruined our economy as it is. It's bad enough that we don't have any jobs that produce anything. All the jobs have been shipped out to India, China, Taiwan, South America, thanks to the multinational corporations who were aided by our government. Our government actually gave these corporations tax incentives to ship our damn jobs overseas. And now that you idiots are out of work, not only do you have to, sit here in an economy that, doesn't have a job, doesn't have any kind of jobs anymore, but you got to compete with the jobs that are left with these damn illegal immigrants. And you people just think that it's a great day in America, don't you, folks? You think that this is just a great day, that we're just going to continue on through America and nothing's going to happen, that we're still the greatest nation on the face of the planet, that we can do no wrong, that we're so culture and all this other crap, all right? Give me a break. 781, you're on the air.
All right, Ghost. I just quickly wanted to get your thoughts and comments about the Techno Ghost Rage remix song. Did you enjoy it?
The Techno Ghost Rage remix song?
Yeah, you tweeted about it a few times.
Yeah, I've tweeted about it a few times because I can't believe that, people are going out of their way making techno songs about me, for heaven's sake.
No, but don't you think that personally should give up this whole political stuff and try to go in the music industry? I mean, I think you'd be a lot more successful in there than what you're doing now.
Well, I don't want to be a musician. I don't want to be anything. I just want individuals who are listening to my broadcast understand that this American situation, we are living history. You know, we are living history here, and if you're just going to sit by and think it's a big joke, well, then you're going to end up on the wayside while everybody in the international community who got rich off of the American consumer is going to prosper with riches. Anyway, 646-652-4869 is the number to call here. I know that I went off on Sarah Palin here, folks, but, you know, it needs to happen. I mean, it honestly needs to happen. I mean, you know, Sarah Palin is a bunch of garbage. All right? I mean, you know, she has ruined the conservative movement. She's a disgrace to the right-wing conservative idealism, to the right-wing spectrum of the American political spectrum. I'm telling you, folks, if you idiots run Sarah Palin in 2012, you're giving the White House to the Democrats once again. All right, I know that, you know, Sarah Palin likes, you know, humping dead moose or whatever the hell she likes to do, but inevitably, this is all I've got to say. This is all I've got to say about Sarah Palin right here.
That's why we
play the damn thing. All right, go ahead, play it.
That's why we got to stop looking at, stop taking from the barrel and start picking from the tree. Who's your favorite founder?
You know, well, all of them, because they came collectively together with so much
all of them.
Diverse.
Who's your favorite?
So much diverse opinion and so much diversity in terms of belief, but collectively they came together to form this union.
Here?
No, and they were led by, of course, George Washington. So he's got to rise to the top.
Yeah.
Washington
great.
was the consummate statesman. He served. He returned power to the people. He didn't want to be a king. He returned power to the people. Then he went back to Mount Vernon. He went back to his
somebody
farm.
just shut her up. Shut her up and throw a damn tomato at her. I mean, that was the Glenn Beck interview, and Glenn Beck was trying to be as, you know, because, you know, he works for Fox, so, you know, they hired this stupid bimbo for some reason, and lo and behold, they got to treat her with kid gloves. But did you hear that little response when Glenn Beck asked her, who's your favorite founder? She said, all of them. All of them. Sounds a lot familiar of a previous response that she gave to a rodent named Katie Couric. Yeah, did y'all remember this? Play it. Play the Katie Couric interview.
When it comes to establishing your worldview, I was curious, what newspapers and magazines did you regularly read before you were tapped for this to stay informed and to understand the world?
I've read most of them, again, with a great appreciation for the press, for the media.
But like what one specifically, I'm curious that you...
all of them, any of them.
All of them. I read all of them. I read everything. All right, shut her up.
I have a vast variety.
Shut her up. I don't want her to get out of it. Shut her up. Shut that stupid bimbo up. And you see, we have, you know, America actually backing up this dumb bimbo who has changed the conservative movement into direction that looks more liberal at times than the damn liberal regime itself. So that's why I'm disgusted with Sarah Palin. All right, I spit on Sarah Palin, and for all you teabaggers and all you people on the right wing of the political perspective that are backing up this idiot Sarah Palin, you're only giving the damn White House and the Congress back to the damn liberals, you dumbass. 646-652-4869 is the number to call here. We're going to take some more callers. 570, you're on the air.
Hey, Ghost, I'm from Luzerne County, Pennsylvania. You probably know that as the most corrupt county in the United States of America, correct?
Well, I didn't understand you. You said that too fast. Slow that up and say it one more time.
I apologize. I'm from Luzerne County, Pennsylvania. You know where that is? Wilkes-Barre, Scranton area?
I know where Pennsylvania is. I'm not too familiar with the geographic locations of every little town, but I know that Pennsylvania's got a lot of perverted names for towns. I know they got Beaver, Pennsylvania, Intercourse, Pennsylvania, you know, Take It Up the Ass, Pennsylvania, that sort of thing. But go ahead.
Well, I live in Luzerne County. It's currently the most corrupt county in the USA.
Okay.
Well, what do you like? I can honestly blame this directly on liberals because they got up there in the political system and got into as the judges. Ever hear of Judge Chevrolet with his child cases putting kids for very small offenses into jail? Not jail, as Camp Adams and stuff like that.
Okay.
This is big news a while back, but the Luzerne County corruption is a big deal over here, and I think the entire country is starting to get the news about it because, Bill, the guy was putting kids my age in jail. I'm 17 right now.
All right.
Still in high school. I noticed that kids getting picked off for very small offenses. Kids getting small fights, going to Camp Adams, ALC, Alternative Learning Center. I just want to know what you thought about Howard Stern's penis.
Howard Stern's penis? Is that what you said? Are you kidding me, you piece of garbage? I mean, you're sitting here, first of all, you sound like it took all your courage and might just to sputter out the sentence fragments that came out of your, fruity-ass little cheese hole that you got going on over there. You sound like you're licking the anal cheese out of, Rock Hudson's poop chute, and then you're going to come up and tell me something about Howard Stern again? I mean, Howard Stern, I'm sick and tired of listening to morons that are calling me up and acting all cute, like, oh, look at me. I'm going to call and I'm going to say, Howard Stern's penis. Let me tell you something, all right, you Howard Stern assholes, all right? That's why he's no longer, around in prevalent radio any longer. The only idiots that actually listen to him are the morons that get the 6 months free of XM radio every time they get a damn new car. Other than that, nobody listens to him anymore. All right? Howard Stern is finished. His pornographic, perverted radio shtick is over. All right? I mean, stop jocking him. I mean, especially you 17-year-old kids. This is an old prostate-infected man who thinks that, somehow he's got a 15-and-a-half-inch John Holmes sausage between his legs because he's able to bang some blonde bimbo because he's worth almost $100 million. I mean, this man is an old windbag. I wouldn't be surprised if he gums his food. I wouldn't be surprised if he drinks Ovaltine and watches old episodes of the damn Golden Girls at night, because he's an old bastard. Stop putting this damn Howard Stern on such a huge pedestal. He's a disgrace. And if you want my personal opinion, I think Don Imus blows him out of the water. And that's the truth. I mean, Don Imus makes Howard Stern look lower than a leprechaun's nutsack. That's why Howard Stern is always agitating old Don Imus. And you can tell Howard Stern I said that! You can tell Howard Stern I said that! Don Imus kicks his ass! And frankly, Ghost would love to kick his ass too if he keeps sending these stupid little dumb half-witted nimrods who listen to his program and watch his show so they can see some glitter tits off of the latest pornographic star that's out there trying to pump and dump her damn movies on his program. Let me tell you something, Howard Stern. Let me tell you something. You think you're big and bad because, you're an isolated, no-life having, doesn't go out of your house because you're scared to get a bitch slap from somebody, piece of garbage. But let me tell you something, you piece of crap. You've made enough money. You've made enough money corrupting the minds of America out here. It's time for you to go off into pasture. It's time for you to get the hell out of here. I mean, look at your little sidekick, Artie Lang over there, huh? Oh, yeah. Such a great friend you must have been there, Howard Stern. Such a great friend you must have been when you had Artie Lang, whatever his pretty fat-ass name is, who's always, sniffing coke off of strippers' ass cracks and, guzzling down buckets of beer and, choking on chicken wing bones and all this other crap. He actually stabbed himself 9 times. I mean, how do you stab yourself 9 times, first of all? But secondly, now we are supposed to feel sympathy for you and your little stupid show because, Artie Lang killed himself. Who cares? He should have killed himself. You can tell him I said that. He is a waste of human life. This is a fat gas bag piece of crap that's making all kinds of money being a little sidekick on the Howard Stern show. And, I'm still not happy. I'm still not happy. I need some attention. So I'm going to stab myself 9 times because I'm a fat cocaine bloated bastard that needs some attention. And I need some attention. Yes! Damn Howard Stern, you piece of crap! I don't want to hear one more prank call. I don't want to hear one more prank call relating to that old windbag piece of crap. I mean, where the hell's Don Imus when you need him to bitch slap this old piece of crap back into damn reality? Anyway. 646-652-4869 is the number to call here, folks. I am sorry that we sidetracked there. But, of course, we have these individuals trying to agitate my show. And at times, you know, they get to me. You know, they really irk me to some extent. And especially these Howard Stern assholes. I mean, if anything, they should be agitating this piece of crap Howard Stern show as opposed to my show, but they don't. They think he's great because he's able to get bimbos that are out here, you know, doing gangbangs of 500 guys at a time being interviewed on Howard Stern's show. So, everybody loves Howard for being, look, he's the king of all media. He's got pornography bimbos on his show. Give me a break. Anyway, 646-652-4869 is the number to call here. We're already about 11 minutes in the second hour of the True Conservative Radio program. I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. If you like what you hear on the program, please follow me on Twitter, folks. It's the quickest opportunity and the best way to figure out when I'm going to conduct one of these live sporadic broadcasts at our new time, because everybody wanted to demand it. Everybody wanted a new time. So the new time will be 10:30 p.m. or 11 p.m. Central Standard Time whenever I conduct these broadcasts. So for you folks that were, you know, bitching and complaining, well, not really bitching and complaining, but were uneasy about the 12:30 Central Time Zone time, we have accommodated you. And I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. Anyway, folks, 646-652-4869. We were talking a little bit about Sarah Palin shopping a reality show, trying to pimp out her family even more. And we're going to go ahead and segue into another subject matter, and I want to talk about this idiot John Edwards. That's right. I want to talk about John Edwards, folks, because, well, frankly, John Edwards is the poster child of what liberals really are, about the absolute doublespeak and the absolute Jekyll and Hyde personality of liberals today in America. You know, here you have John Edwards, you know, with his I'm so pretty haircut and, you know, out here trying to be, oh, yeah, look at me. I made over $100 million taking a big tobacco to court. Yeah, I made over $100 million taking big tobacco to court, but you know what? I want to get rid of poverty. That's what I want to do. I want to get rid of poverty. And lo and behold, what is he doing? What is he doing? He's cheating on his dead wife. All right? He's cheating on his dying wife, for heaven's sake. His wife is going to die. She's got terminally ill cancer, and this asshole, you know, can't keep it in his pants, impregnates some bimbo, and now, according to all reports, and I hate to quote the National Enquirer, folks, but the National Enquirer is actually breaking all these political stories because that's what the equivalent of our political system is. It's, you know, counter-aisle trash. It's sleazeball politics scandal. You know, and here we are. This man's supposed to be, I'm for the people, and you know, and I'm a liberal, and I'm a real serious man, and I'm bad, and all this other crap. And lo and behold, he's cheating on his dying wife, dying of cancer. And according to reports, folks, according to the National Enquirer, This man, John Edwards, is now going to be federally indicted by a federal grand jury, and rightfully so. I hope this bastard goes to prison for allegedly misappropriating, finance funds within his campaign to pay off this stupid horse-faced bimbo that he's banging now. I forgot her name, but he's got a kid with her now. You know, she looks like, the younger version of Camilla Parker Bowles, in my opinion. But, National Enquirer is going to, is putting out that he is going to be indicted by a federal grand jury. And as far as I'm concerned, I think this man should be thrown in prison, for being such a despicable, disgusting scumbag. I mean, I'm serious, folks. I don't understand why we're still, trying to put up and trying to, give this idiot an excuse. Because what, he's a liberal? So what? He's a disgusting, despicable piece of trash. Give me a break here, folks. Are you liberals, are you still going to back this moron up? What, because he knows how to comb his hair? He's a hypocrite. And let me tell you, John Edwards is unlike every other liberal that's in power today. These liberals will double-cross you. They will tell you one thing, do something completely different. Just look at their voting records, for heaven's sake. If you're one of these liberals that, fall hook, line, and sinker with their rhetoric every time voting time comes around, why don't you take a look at their voting record and take a look at the hypocrisy within liberalism? Take a look at the hypocrisy within their voting record. Take a look at the hypocrisy that they put in the face of the American people, and they call it statesmanship. They call it actually being a public servant. That's garbage. 646-652-4869 is the number to call here. As a matter of fact, folks, I don't really want to talk too much about John Edwards because, frankly, I hope he dies of cancer of the prick. I honestly do. God, I'm going to, let's pray right now, all right? Let's all pray. God, if you're listening in, and if there is a thing called karma, if there is a thing called fate, please, oh please, inject John Edwards with cancer of the penis so that he can no longer be a philanderous piece of garbage with no type of shame and no type of integrity and no type of moral compass whatsoever. So God, please, if you've got one open, please just get this guy cancer of the cock, so we can all laugh at him when he's sitting there, with a big, gauze over his penis, after, getting chemotherapy of the crotch. He's sitting there, and I want him to do that stupid shit-eating grin and that dumb little, stupid little hair of his, that $300-400 haircut that he always talks about, and say, yeah, I'm John Edwards, and I'm running for eunuch of the year, or whatever the hell he's going to say. Anyway, maybe I'm going out of line there, folks. I'm sorry, but let me tell you, I can't stand him. I cannot stand this piece of crap, John Edwards. I can't stand him, and I don't understand how you can stand him. I think we got Sean on the phone. Sean, are you there?
Hey, Ghost.
Hey, what's going on, Sean? It's good to hear from you.
I'm fighting off these people in the chat room. They keep private messaging me.
Yeah, well, these individuals out here, once again, like I've suggested or alluded to, it seems to me that these individuals are either ideologically motivated or paid to disrupt the chat room and deviate people's, consciousness from actually concentrating here on the program into something completely ridiculous.
I don't know. I got this moron Bill Wagner here who pretending to be Bill Wagner, or Wagner sending him out to do his bidding. One of the two. I don't know. Either way.
Bill who?
Bill Wagner in your chat.
Yeah. I've heard about him. I know he's trying to get a lot of people to listen to him because, well, he's a loser. Trying to allegedly run for Senate or something. Who the hell knows?
Yeah, I don't know. Ghost, I call into your show and your trollers here seem not to like me too much.
Well, I mean, well, the reason they don't like you, Sean, is because, you see, it takes a lot for a person to do the right thing. You can tell on your side, Sean, that you legitimately attempt to do the right thing at all times. And we're not perfect. We're not going to do the right thing all the time. But you're going to try to do whatever it takes to do the right thing. And you see, it's so easy to do the wrong thing. And that's what these individuals are doing. They're doing the wrong thing. They're going out and being perverts. They're going out and being deviants. They're going out and being foul-mouthed, disgusting pieces of garbage. And the reason that they're doing it because they know it gets a rise out of people. It's a lot easier to, inspire an emotion, whether it's positive or negative, doing the wrong thing, than it is actually inspiring somebody by doing the right thing, Sean. And the reason that you and I, conservatives like ourselves and other individuals, do the right thing is because even though all these scumbags in America are, ruining their lives, they're conjuring up nothing but a bunch of negativity and deviant behavior and disgusting, despicable actions, at least whenever this place closes upon us, whenever we die, at least our last seconds of life will look back upon all the great deeds that we've done in this life. And when these idiots die, what are they going to look after? I mean, what are they going to look back upon? What? Oh, hey, look at me. I said barrel roll and a racial slur on a chat room or on a radio show. I mean, it takes a lot to do the right thing, Sean. And don't ever, believe me, I get in those moods too, like why bother, why continue to do this sort of thing, but I honestly believe that not all these young people are as stupid as, a lot of these young people are representing on these phone calls. I get a lot of emails. Yeah, I know. I'm serious, Sean. They don't. I get a lot of emails from individuals that are in middle school, that are young kids that are understanding that what I'm saying and the things that I said that were going to come to pass are now coming to pass. And what these young people need to understand is that they need to get up and start demanding what their future is going to look like, just like these damn baby boomers did when they were out here pumping and dumping this communist crap all throughout the 60s and 70s. It's time for the young people now to stand up and say, hey, wait a minute, I want the opportunities accorded to these disgusting baby boomers. I want the same opportunities accorded to the free market capitalist system. It's not fair that my generation and every other generation after mine is going to be exploited by 75% tax rate socialism because our parents, all right, and I'm talking about the young people because my parents World War II vets and that sort of thing, but our parents, these baby boomer ass clowns, decided that they wanted everything and they wanted it now, and lo and behold, they're selling out their children because of it, and a lot of these children are starting to realize it. A lot of these young people are starting to realize it. Go ahead, Sean.
We're getting what we deserve, Ghost. This is what we've been asking for at least 30 years. Go all the way back to 1900, 1920s, 1930s, especially the 30s with the New Deal. And this is exactly what the progressives have been working for all this time, and they are on the brink of getting what they've wanted for 100 years.
You're absolutely right, Sean. I mean, as a matter of fact, during the ages of the New Deal and all these other communist programs that were put forth by that disgusting, despicable piece of trash, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, there was a lot of people in opposition of what this individual was doing. And the only reason that he is deemed a success in history is because supposedly, if you want my personal opinion, I think a lot of the Great Depression was not only induced by, humans' lack of fiscal and financial understanding, but it was also prolonged by the government's intervention in the Depression itself. I mean, exactly. All these disgusting, despicable programs that were enacted during this time have done nothing but led up to the current point that we're in today, and all it is a socialist idea or communist idea. It's collective in nature, either way you look at it.
Yeah, just, all you got to do is look at the facts, Ghost, and you'll see it was not FDR who got us out of the Great Depression. It was everybody who came after FDR, because you can look at the tax rates from that time, look at the inflation from that time, and up until after World War II, it was fairly bad. And I would hate to say it, but sometimes war does get you out of a depression or a recession, and that is what happened to the United States. The United States bucked up. They worried about America first, and they got out of a depression.
Well, what also helped the depression was also the fact that after World War II, there was individuals who realized that they didn't want to go back to that idea of World War any longer. So they decided that they were going to stick to a strict social moral standard. They were going to stick to a fiscal, responsible standard. I mean, this is why the 50s was such a great time for folks. That's why everybody, always looks upon these old nostalgic movies, as some of their sentimental favorites, because we want to go back to those times. Because those times were great. They were innocent. They were absent of any sexual deviant idealism or any kind of robbing of innocence. What we did back then was made a great society that unfortunately transpired into the pussy pampering of the generations that we're seeing currently, and that's the baby boomer generation forward.
All right, Ghost, thanks for taking my call tonight.
No problem, Sean. Tell everybody how they can get at you.
It's truthandthought.net, and we also have a show coming up right after yours, actually, Ghost, at 1:30 a.m. Eastern Time.
All right, man. Well, thank you very much for calling in, man, and, you're welcome anytime, Sean.
Thank you, Ghost. Take care.
Thanks a lot. 646-652-4869 is the number to call here, folks, and we're going to go ahead and make another transition here because I want to give a little bit of financial advice. All right? I want to give a little financial advice for folks that are finding it a little bit hard to get by in America today. And the reason I want to give financial advice is because I see this bald, disgusting, old, crustated bastard on Fox Business that calls himself Dave Ramsey. This disgusting old piece of pompous crap, all right, that are out here, that's out here basically claiming to be some kind of financial genius of some sort. When every time you listen to old Dave Ramsey, all he's doing is saying, oh, you know what you need to do? You need to stop doing that. You need to be fiscally responsible, and you need to pay on this. I mean, you know how easy it is to tell somebody not to do something, you morons? And here you got Dave Ramsey, making millions of dollars telling people, wait, you know what you need to do? You need to stop paying on this, and you need to stop paying on that. I mean, why don't you tell people how to make money, asshole? How about that? Why don't you teach people how to make a little bit of money, or give people the idea of how to make it? All right, so that's exactly what I'm going to do right now. For all you idiots that are out here saying, oh, I don't know what to do, I'm going to give you all a little bit of advice. Now, once again, before I get into this whole financial aspect, and we're going to make this a reoccurring theme in our program here on the True Conservative Radio program, folks, but I want to say before we give out any financial advice that everything said from here on in is for educational purposes only, all right? Once again, every financial instrument and every opportunity that has potential reward has potential risk. All right? It has a lot of risk. So don't sit here and think you're going to become millionaire because, oh, look at me, I invested in this, I invested in that. Now, the bottom line is, folks, is that the reason American people have screwed up their entire lives is because they didn't understand how to utilize their capital. And what is capital? Well, capital is the resources necessary to start production in whatever it is, whether it's production in a product or production in a service. And what people decided to do instead was when they got a good job, instead of, putting so many some odd dollars in the bank, instead of, living modestly for, a little bit and, saved a little bit of $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 in capital, well, that's when you can start making moves. But you see, people didn't do that. People, they would get a $2,000 checking account, all right? They get a $2,000 checking account, and because they have a consistent job that they've worked for more than, 3 months or whatever the mandatory little limit is now, they decided to go out and live large without having the money to live large. So they, in turn, went out and bought large amounts of material based upon credit lines, based upon unsecured debt and secured debt. And for you folks that aren't familiar with what secured debt and unsecured debt is, I've said this many times, but it bears repeating. Unsecured debt are all these dumbass credit cards that these financial institutions try to mail in your mailbox and try to send in your email. All these little financial institutions that are just sending you cards. That's unsecured debt. All right, so whenever you are, participating in unsecured debt, that means that the individuals who gave you that card understand the risk behind you spending that particular card with high interest rates or low interest rates or whatever the case might be. Okay? So it's unsecured debt. So inevitably, and I'm not encouraging anybody not to pay their credit cards. Let me tell you this right now. I am not encouraging anybody not to pay their credit cards. But the reason America screwed up their entire situation here is because instead of paying on secured debt, which is backed up by everybody's savings accounts at their bank that they got the loan from, instead of paying on their house or their car, which is backed up by secured debt, they decided to pay off their damn credit cards so they can have spending money for the month, and just completely neglected their financial obligations with their homes and completely neglected their financial obligations with their cars. And you see, what's really unfortunate is that that's the wrong approach to take if you're an individual finding it hard to maintain certain level of sustenance. I mean, at the very minimum, folks, okay, pay your secured debt, all right? Pay your secured debt. I don't understand why you would sit here and pay 20% interest on a goddamn plastic credit card that's unsecured, that isn't backed up by anything but the risk that was involved with the company that lent you the money, as opposed to secured debt. Because when you go to the damn bank and say, I need a loan for a house or a loan for a car, that loan is being taken out upon people's savings accounts. And when you don't pay the loan back, you jeopardize the money, all right? You jeopardize the money that's in the savings account at your bank. And that's what happened to our financial system, folks. That's why we have this, subprime mortgage crisis. That's why we have these bank bailouts, because that's exactly what happened. We had so many people that took out loans that they couldn't pay, and they decided to go ahead and, foreclose their homes. And so many people foreclosed their homes that it jeopardized the integrity of those that have money in the bank. So what do? Okay? I mean, okay, what are we supposed to do? All right? What are we supposed to do to build some capital? Well, it's very easy, folks. I mean, inevitably, you have to go out and work. Okay? And for all you folks that are pissed off because you used to work a $20 an hour job, and now the only thing that's out there are $8 to $10 an hour jobs, well, you should have thought about that and had a nest egg to fall back on, but you don't, okay? Now, what you need to do is you need to take that money that you make from your job, and you need to save it. You need to save capital and live modestly. All right, and once you have about $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 in capital, well, that's when you can go to the bank and say, hey, wait a minute, I want to go ahead and have a loan. I want to take out a loan on my $50,000. And the bank, believe it or not, will give you up to, I don't know, it depends on your bank. It depends on how secure, they are with your particular risk. But you could take a loan out on that, $50,000 in capital and get $300,000 as a loan. Now, what do you do with that $300,000? Well, you idiots, you have to flip that $300,000. You have to either invest in a business, invest in a market, invest in something, so that you can build profits off of that $300,000, so that not only can you pay back the money that you are charged from lending the $300,000 to begin with, but at the same time you're profiting because you're technically rich at that point. I mean, don't you people understand that? Once you got $50,000 and you take a loan out for $300,000, you're now rich in America. But you see, people go out, they take the loan out, and they spend the whole $300,000. They blow it all. They buy houses, they buy cars, they go out and they buy these materialistic widgets when you should be investing. You understand? You should be investing. Now, why am I saying, take out a loan? Because that's what millionaires do. These millionaires, these billionaires, you think they have $1 billion in a bank, you asshole? Honestly, do you think that they actually have $1 billion in a bank? That's impossible. The bank wouldn't do it. Those billions of dollars that billionaires have are all diversified in thousands upon thousands of different financial instruments. Do you understand? I mean, look, do you remember the Beverly Hillbillies, folks? Do you remember that stupid show back in the old days, the Beverly Hillbillies? Remember when old Jeb became a millionaire? Well, what happened? He decided to throw all his money in a bank, well, because that's what we're told to do, right? We're told to, put our money in a bank and that sort of thing. And what happened? The bank kissed his ass, all right? The bank kissed his ass. They actually put a personal bank assistant next to this family to make sure that they kept that money in the bank. Because, folks, the bank needs your capital. It needs your capital so it can lend it out. When it lends it out, it charges interest on that lent out capital so that they can make money themselves. So my point with Jed Clampett, is the fact that instead of actually having, this person, blow their whatever I think he made $100 million or something in the show. Instead of, Jeb going out and saying, yeah, I'm going to blow my money on a $25 million house and a $1 million car, and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. It was actually more profitable for the bank to go and send a personal assistant to old Jed's house so that if Jed needed anything in the world, that he would, the damn bank would bankroll it themselves instead of having Jeb pull out his own money out of the bank. And you understand that's the trick of being rich, you idiots? Don't you understand that? That's the trick of being rich. Nobody is rich without being lent money. I mean, these billionaires out here, don't you understand that they're billionaires on paper? It's about how much capital you can raise in this society. And not only this society, everybody who's participating in the global economy. Everybody who's participating in this global economy, it's about capital. So what I'm advising folks to do, and let me tell you, if you're a teenager, especially because I know I got a lot of teenagers listening in, this is your time to shine because I know that there are a lot of teenagers out there working. All right? There's a lot of people out there working, for heaven's sake, and a lot of teenagers. And these teenagers, what are they doing? All right, what are they doing? They're going out and blowing their money on Chinese gadgets and materialistic widgets. When what these teenagers should be doing, these teenagers should be saving their money. All right, taking their little $8 an hour and putting it in the bank. All right, and saving it until you have about 10,000, 20,000 accumulated. And once you have 10 or 20,000 accumulated, why don't you go out and buy a house? Why don't you go buy a house? Or why don't you pool your money together with other hard-working teenagers and buy a whole bunch of houses? You know, well, why don't you go out and actually start doing something, son? Don't you understand that, you know, once you start working and once you're able to accumulate, you know, money in the bank, that, you know, you can be lent money? I mean, and if you're poor, all right, if you're poor and, you know, you can't save your money, don't blame anybody for your own misfortunes but yourself. It's your own fault that you're in the situation that you're in. And I know that all these ass clowns on the conservative wing are saying, oh, well, you got to go invest in gold. You got to go and put all your money in gold. You don't put all your money in anything. The whole concept of this game, you know, this economic game, is the fact that you always have to be on your toes. You always have to invest your money. You can't put your money away and think that it's going to be there. It's not. I mean, banks can close down. Banks can be, you know, shut down because of bad investments. I mean, lots of things can happen. So you got to diversify your investments. You got to go out and, you know, once you build about $50,000 in capital, you need to go out and get yourself about a $300,000 loan and diversify that very, very meticulously. There are a whole bunch of financial instruments to invest in, folks. Now, gold, yeah, that's a great a financial instrument, but I wouldn't put all my money in it. I mean, right now, I've got a, you know, I hate to say this, but I got one of these locations that actually buys gold from these losers that are out here trying to get a quick buck to get a fix or something. And the reason I'm buying a whole bunch of gold is just the same reason why everybody else is buying gold right now. All right, it's going to hedge against inflation. Right now, I'm buying gold at market prices. I believe the market's a little over 1,001, a little under 1,000, or a little over 1,001, a little under 1,001, something of that nature. I'm buying all this gold at pennies on the dollar because these morons out here, you know, they're so desperate for cash because they're so fiscally irresponsible that, you know, they're willing to give away, you know, their wedding rings, for heaven's sake, for about $100. You know, $150. It's disgusting. I'm serious. But hey, you know, these morons, you know, they put themselves in the predicament and they want to go out and, you know, live large and live lavish or whatever the case. So, you know, I'm buying as much gold as possible. I got a small location in Texas, and I'm buying as much gold as possible. What I'm doing is melting that down, putting it in gold bars, and putting it in a safety deposit box. And why am I doing that? Well, because I know that gold is going to go up. Why do I know gold's going to go up? Well, my speculation is this: because all these assholes are pumping and dumping gold right now. I mean, look at Beck, look at Savage, look at Mark Levin, look at the Republicans, look at the Hannity. All these people are pumping and dumping this gold. I mean, everybody's in it. I mean, do you understand that? Everybody's in it. Now, why is gold going to go up, folks? Well, part of the reason why gold's going to go up is because everybody's starting to buy it. And why is everybody starting to buy it? Because we're uncertain, and they're listening to the first talking head that they see on television and saying, oh, okay, I'm supposed to buy all gold, okay. So as a result, this is why the increase in gold price is going up. But another reason why gold is going up is because our currency, the purchasing power of our money, is going down. You know, if you look at gold against other foreign currencies in the international community, it's not going as high as it is here in America. Okay? So what am I going to do once gold starts going at about, you know, whatever, 3,000 or 4,000 an ounce here in about 2 or 3 years? Well, I'm going to sell my gold bars. I mean, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be out here selling gold bars for about 4,000 an ounce, you know, because I bought it back here at about 1,000 an ounce, maybe a lot less than that, but let's just say 1,000 an ounce at market value, and I'm going to be selling it off. I mean, you know, that's just one financial instrument. Another financial instrument that I participate in is foreign currency markets. Foreign currency markets. For you idiots that aren't familiar with that, it means other countries' money. And believe it or not, there are other countries that have money that are worth more than American dollar right now. All right? Now, one of the things that I invested in a while back was euro dollars. And I hate the euro because, you know, they're having their own financial trouble. But in my opinion, I think that they're going to be more fiscally viable for a more long period of time than the United States is. So, I bought in at euros, at $1.50 or, whatever the hell it was. I think $1.49 at the time. So I put some odd dollars and converted U.S. dollars into euros. Okay? Now, when the U.S. dollar completely goes, well, I shouldn't say completely goes kaput, but, starts losing ground and starts devaluing, well, I can cash in those euros that I bought at about $1.50 and cash them in when, the exchange rate is, $3 or $4 for €1. That's another financial instrument. Another financial instrument is commodities. All right? Commodities, I'm telling you, there's going to be big fortunes made in the commodities market here within the next 10 to 15 years. And what are commodities, folks? Those are actual products. Like cotton, orange juice, coal, copper, these types of commodities, folks. Sugar. And I'm not going to tell you what commodities to get into, but you just have to do your speculation, folks. Look at what happened to copper recently, right when the Chilean earthquakes happened. Copper started going up because most of the copper that comes from most of the copper in the world comes from Chile. Look at that great storm that was coming in from the Arctic north of Canada that was about to hit the front of the United States. It was one of the coldest winters ever this winter. And the reason that you want to look at these things is because you can speculate. That's the whole idea of financial instruments, is speculating. You see a cold air, you're thinking, okay, maybe, things that depend a lot on agriculture or that depend a lot on the sun or depend a lot on good weather conditions are going to be affected. They're going to be affected here. So one of the speculations that I did, and I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, I speculated that orange juice was going to go up the roof right before the winter weather was going to hit the major parts of the orange juice markets. And what happened? All right, now what happened? I bought commodities contracts, at a very low rate. And once, these damn, $5, $6 contracts went up to $22, $23 a contract out here, that's where you make some serious damn money. The stock market, for heaven's sake, there's so many financial instruments, folks. Just do your own research, all right? Don't go to a stockbroker like Bernie Madoff, give them all your money and say, yeah, can you make me a millionaire, please? Can you please make me a millionaire? Because you got to do your own investing, And frankly, folks, I'm also looking at investing in foreign markets, The American dollar goes a hell of a lot further in other parts of the international community. I saw a John Stossel report where in Ghana, Africa, where people are still living in mud huts, all right? These individuals that are living in these mud huts are actually trying to, accumulate the money that they make doing whatever it is that they do in their market. And instead of going out and buying the big materialistic widgets like everybody else in every free market does, they are actually saving the money, all right? And it's $1 a week, all right? But they're saving their money so that they can send their kids to private school. These are people that, are living in mud huts, and yet they're saving so that they can send their children to private school. And why are their children going to private school? Because they know public education ain't worth a crap, folks. And who's investing in those private schools? Well, foreign investment, folks, foreign investment. So I'm telling you, you cannot, if you think that you're going to get by life like the baby boomers did, sitting on your ass at one job for 40 years and then living off of a retirement and becoming a complete detriment to society, those days are over. We're not going to be able to live those days any longer. You're going to always have to be on your toes. You're going to have to be on your toes at all times. I mean, you got to be, wheeling and dealing. You got to always be thinking about your cash if you want to be participating in this free market system. That's the only way you're going to be rich. That's why I hate when people hate on the rich, man. I mean, it's hard work to be rich, you morons. I mean, you got to diversify each and every red cent that you make, because you can't put it all in the bank. Because if you put it all in the bank, well, you better get something from the bank. If you're putting in more than $250,000 in a bank, then the bank better be kissing your ass. Because if they're not, then you should be taking that money out of the bank and going somewhere else. But do you understand? This is what you have to do. You have to go out. You have to save capital. Stop spending money, assholes. All right? Stop going out there and buying the latest, cellular phone that, does all this crap. Who cares? It's just a phone. Stop going out there and blowing all this money on all these materialistic widgets and all these ridiculous clothes that are going to be torn in about 4 months. Blowing all this ridiculous crap on purses and all this nonsense, and save some capital. Because I'm telling you, if you just save $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, you can get lent money from the bank, $300,000. I mean, do you understand how easy that is? I mean, even if you wanted to be a complete moron and still, work, let's say you still wanted to work, right? Let's say you had a job and you were able to, save $30,000 or $40,000, right? And let's say you're still going to work, but you take out a $300,000 loan off of your $50,000 capital. Well, all of a sudden, you're worth $300,000. Because, when they give you a loan, they put it in a bank account. So you can either take that bank account and diversify it, send some of those funds into this financial instrument, or, buy some property, or invest in a business, or, invest in the market, do whatever it takes so that you can flip it, so that you can make more money off of that. And let me tell you something, folks. Whenever you pay back a loan to the bank, and I'm going to be the first one to tell you, I'm a businessman, all right? Whenever you pay back a loan to a bank, man, the bank is going to be creaming out their pants. They're going to be begging you to take out. They're going to be begging you to take out even more money. If you pay back a $300,000 loan within a good portion of time, the bank will say, you're such a great customer, we're willing to give you $1 million. We're willing to give you $1.5 million. Do you understand that's what it's all about, paying secured debt? That's how these people continue to be rich, assholes. All right? I mean, these stars, these rich, famous rock stars and these movie stars, they're living just like you and I. All right? They're living just like you and I. They're getting adjusted to a certain lifestyle, and they got to continue to pay for that lifestyle because it's costly. And how do you continue to pay for that lifestyle? Well, you got to go out, and you got to, you got to hustle. For lack of a better term, you got to go out and hustle. And remember, folks, this is, within certain confines. I know that the Democrats and the liberals are trying to tax us to death. That's why we have to be vigilant politically. That's how we got to be seriously vigilant politically. But there is still enough opportunity for you to get comfortable financially, there's still enough opportunities out there, folks. And I only gave you a little bit of opportunity. I only gave you a small fraction of the financial instruments that are available to you. They're available to everybody, but the only reason people are pissing and moaning is because instead of going out and investing, they decided to buy houses and cars that, they couldn't pay for, and lo and behold, they're out of luck. They got to foreclose and give up all their cars and all this other nonsense. They got to give it up when they didn't have to, folks. And that's what I'm telling you, all right? And especially you teenagers that listen to me. I get a lot of emails and a lot of tweets from teenagers that say they learn a lot from old Ghost. They learn a lot. They actually listen in hopes of trying to enlighten themselves and enlighten other people. I don't know. I'm just saying, folks, I'm just saying that we need to change our ways out here. All right? We need to change our ways. We need to change the way we see things. We need to stop thinking that, I'm not going to get my house anymore. I'm not going to get my car anymore. It's not fair. So I want communist revolution. I'm going to take my plane that isn't even mine to begin with, and I'm going to cause a revolution. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to inspire a communist revolution. It's disgusting, man. It's utterly disgusting. So anyway, folks, I don't know what else to say to you folks. I know that we're living in a loser America. I know that there's a lot of losers in this country that are basically ruining it for all of us. But it doesn't have to be that way. And I'm strongly advising, especially the teenagers, go out, build some capital, and start bankrolling. You know, start showing some of these old people that, hey, I want free market capitalism, assholes. All right, I want free market capitalism. I want to go out and live large. I want to be able to flip the money that I work for. And start showing them that you can do it. All you teenagers that are out there doing whatever, you're making your little $8, $10 an hour jobs, save your money, build some capital, and then once you have capital, go up to the bank and say, hey, wait a minute, I've got about $15,000, $20,000 in your bank. I want a $150,000 loan for a house so I can live. And if the bank tells you no, on a loan, if you've got money in the bank, if you got $50,000, $60,000, $30,000, if you've got capital in the bank and they don't give you a loan, take it out. Just say, all right, I want all the money out. I want it out of here. I want it out. And then all of a sudden the asshole, the big wig that's in the big office in the back is going to come out from the back and say, hey, wait a minute, why exactly are you taking your capital out of our bank? And that's when you say that you're insulted that you cannot get a loan because of whatever reason, even though that you've got capital in their bank. I'm telling you, folks, you've got to do this on your own. Nobody's going to pussy pamper you. Nobody's going to tell you how to do it. Nobody's going to sit here and give you step-by-step instructions how to do this crap. You're going to have to do it on your own. You know, school didn't teach you how to do this crap. School didn't teach you how to make money. School didn't teach you about interest rates. School didn't teach you about credit cards and fiscal responsibility. You have to learn on your own, and that's exactly what I'm challenging every individual that listens to me to do. Start being fiscally responsible. Start going out there and, you know, showing this old generation that you're not going to sit there and, you know, be at their whim. You're not going to pay for their Social Security. You know, start going out there and demanding that, you know, we're not going to pay for these damn Wall Street bankers, all right? That we're not going to pay for these Wall Street bankers as losses, all right? But since nobody's saying anything, since everybody is silent, since everybody thinks it's a big joke and they're prank calling ghosts, and since everybody is not saying a thing, that means you consent to it. Silence is consent, you assholes. Silence is consent. When you are silent, you are consenting to this situation. Anyway, folks, there's about 2 minutes remaining here left in the program. I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. I'm not too sure about this time slot. I wasn't really happy with the numbers and, you know, the type of, you know, a blue ball, 4chan E-bomb dumbasses that were in here flapping their fat Cheeto-stained fingers on the keyboard trying to agitate the chat room. I'm not too sure. This is still up in the air. I may or may not have a weekend show tomorrow, so please keep up with me on Twitter for that. Follow me on Twitter at Ghost Politics. All one word, no underscores, folks. Ghost Politics is the name to follow. And at the same time, if you want to email me and have any suggestions, comments, shoot me an email at ghostpolitics@yahoo.com. That's ghostpolitics@yahoo.com, folks. And, of course, don't forget to add to your favorites the official True Conservative blog. And, of course, that blog is ghostpolitics.blogspot.com. That's ghostpolitics.blogspot.com. Anyway, folks, I'm still up in the air on whether or not this is going to be the for sure time slot of the True Conservative radio program. We may go back to 12:30 Central Standard Time. I'm not sure yet. But I want to hear from you. Please don't be afraid to send me a tweet. Don't be afraid to send me an email. Ghost Politics is the Twitter name, and ghostpolitics@yahoo.com is the email name. I want to hear from you. When is the most opportune time that we should have a live broadcast of the True Conservative radio program so that everyone can participate here? Anyway, keep up to date with me, folks. I don't know if I'm going to have a show tomorrow, all right? And if I do, it's going to be because everybody emailed me and tweeted me and inspired me to do so. So anyway, folks, I want to thank you once again for tuning in with me. Please spread the word about the True Conservative radio program. This program is completely word of mouth. There's no advertising, nothing of that nature. Please spread the word. And also take a look at the archive, folks. If you've got nothing to do one night, take a look at that damn archive at blogtalkradio.com/ghost. Listen to that archive. We've had some great shows and, some spectacular shows, and they're worth a second listen, third listen, fifth listen, whatever. Anyway, folks, thank you very much for tuning in with me. Until next time, long live the True Conservative Radio and death to feminism.
A Napa guy knows the only way you'd give a freshly minted driver a brand new car is if he promises to never drive it. Instead, let him grind the gears and knock over the neighbor's mailbox in something a little more suited to his skill level. And with over 400,000 parts and a little Napa know-how, he can safely drive something that's nearly as old as he is. It's not perfect, but it's perfect for him. That's Napa know-how.